All right, give a hand to Osman Sulaiman.
Thank you, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I don't know, for certain reason, I've been speaking in an open air space, so this enclosed area makes me more nervous. Okay, today we celebrate Labor Day, and across the world, countries honor the achievement of workers. I'm not going to go into specific details of how our system has failed the workers. We do not have proper adequate protection for workers. Our labor movement is not strong. And what I'm going to do today is going to share with you some pointers on maybe on how to stay relevant or how to beat your competition. Little bit about my background. I used to work in the corporate world for 10 years. I was in the human resource trade. My last position is at an MNC, which I deal with job applicants and all the other aspect of human resource. So on my experience, what I can find is that maybe our workers, maybe job applicants did not do some research on how they can secure the job that they are going to. I had candidates that who went for an interview without proper research of the company that they're going to work for, and ill-advised or they're not prepared for certain difficult questions that the interviewer posed. So these are the kinds of little things that job seekers actually need to pay attention to. Because it is, as an employer, I look at how confident you are when going for interview. I'm not going to employ someone who feels unsure about what they want or what they're going to do. There are a wealth of information from Google that you can find, and to prepare yourself to go for an interview with your prospective employers. But I find that not many of us take into consideration this aspect of going for interview. So maybe I'll share with you some of the pointers that we need to stay competitive in the current labor market. For those who are not working and those who have the capacity to actually go back to school, you can go and take a second diploma or a second degree. Okay, as we know, if we are into a specific industry, if we are into a niche market, it may pay you well, but once retrenchment comes, it's not going to be easy for you to get the same job position or to get the same high salary as you used to command to. So what I feel is important is that someone maybe get a second degree, so that when you are retrenched, you are equipped with another skill set for you to apply job which is more general, where the our employment market needs this kind of skill set. Okay, do also ensure that if you're taking a second degree, make sure that the degree is relevant. It also allows you to get jobs easily. Because I have friends who would rather go along the line of passion, along the line of designing. I would say this specific market that the labor industry don't need that much. Okay, let us compare a multimedia programming degree and an accounting degree. Which one will make you more marketable? Of course, it's the latter, because every company will need someone who is in accounting and all that. So I find we have to also be practical about it. We cannot just based on our passion and then we go and strike it out. But we have to know the market, that whether the labor market needs this kind of education system. Okay. On top of that, let's say if you're not working, And if you have the capacity of taking a complete certificate program, every industry they have this certification like accounting, education. You don't need to have the diploma or degree, but in case you don't have that capacity to go on to go to school back again, maybe what we can do at a cheaper option is to complete a certification program like accounting, education, finance, and the security, technology, safety. These are all certification that our industry are in much needed of. So we have skills future. This what's it just now? We got $500. The skills future, right? Yeah, you can use that to supplement your additional certification program. So in this case, we can actually market yourself more when we are trying to look for a job. Also, to improve our skills, learning new skills is always worthwhile. Okay, and it can lead to job offer, and also to increase your technical skills by learning new computer language, or you could improve your computer skills by taking classes and becoming proficient in words or and documents, spreadsheet. These are the kind of things that maybe we can also explore to get ourselves more marketable. And this may sound a bit unorthodox, but you can work for peanuts. I mean, if I am in a difficult position, and then I don't have job, I don't have a job for a very long time, I would go myself into this way. I mean, I would work myself for peanuts just to gain that experience that employers need when you are looking for a job. I'm not saying that you're gonna suffer and then allow people to employ you at at not a reasonable rate, but these are one of the options we can take if we are in dire need of a job. Because I think employers would, of course, it benefit both ways. We get employed, although at a reduced rate, because the government has been taking in cheap labor around the region, and we can never compete. We can never compete with those who are asking for lower pay. We cannot keep on going down and down and down and then work for our whole life. But to tide us over, we can either take a part-time job or we can work for at a slightly lower rate, but then it helps to keep us moving, and then we can go and look into going back to school or complete the certification with this. And then I think it also further enhanced with our experiences that when we apply for a job interview. And also practice your interview skills a lot more than you should now. As mentioned, I've met a few people who is ill-prepared, and then they are not, they don't even actually research on the company that they're gonna work for. I have one specific encounter that I would like to share with you all. That a person who I was interviewing with one of the departmental manager. So this person who has a law degree, his qualification is good. There's nothing to fault with. But the only thing that make us wonder is that he didn't even have. He didn't even go and research what our company is doing. So to the employer mindset, how are we going to employ you when you don't even do some search or research on who you're going to work for? It may sound very, it may sound not important, but as from the employer point of view, it shows the lack of interest. Okay, for those, just now, is for those who are not employed. But we youngsters nowadays, they take on this mindset that once we are employed, and we will stay there forever, which is a very dangerous thing to adopt. Okay, because for those employed, we can't rest on our laurels. One mistake is that they think that once we enter into the job market, it is forever. No, it is not. In reality, we have to work at staying marketable for ourselves. And we always have to be valuable to the current and potential employers. One of the ways that we can stay employable or to current or potential employees is to seek professional development. Okay, it's incredibly important to continuously learn about your profession. Although you are an expert, there are many ways that you can learn continuously. And then what makes someone good at it? There are always new technologies, strategies, and work method emerging in any given field. So the professional development that we are talking about is in the form of workshop courses that you're going to take, training programs, or online webinars, for example, will help you to stay on the top of the best of the practices and give you a chance to learn from the pros. So in this way, it's not going to be easy for someone to steal your job. Okay, so because as an employer, your employer will be able to know whether you are at the top of the line, whether you are, you have developed professionally in your line of work. So, and the second thing that it is important to do is networking. Okay, never underestimate the benefit of networking, because building up a professional network is good. It allows you to have access to good information that you might need in future while you are employed, but in future you might need this to move, or when the need arises, when you're retrenched, your networking is very important. Okay, try to reach out to people who have worked at your company, and then for a while to see if you can have coffee, just to build up that rapport with them, to stay connected with the people who has been working with you, or build new bridges. So in this way, although it is not a foolproof plan, but it does help in allowing you to actually have bigger, wider networking when the time comes for you to look for a new job, or when you know you're going to get retrenched soon, you can feel the vibes going on. So these are the kind of important aspects that we might have overlooked. So networking is still very important for everyone. And also do some volunteering work. Volunteering in the sense of volunteer at not in the what's that they call it? Not volunteering like those like in Gilbert's kind of position, but more of volunteering at another company, doing what you are passionate about, so that in times that your job is redundant, you have somewhere you have the necessary experience already, as you have done some voluntary work, and it also enhances your resume. It looks great on your experiences. So this will likely employers will likely want to have someone with a wide range of experiences in the industry. Okay, and also do some. We find a mentor. Okay, when we are at the top of the chain, when we are a manager or a director or anything, we find that I think many of us already is a little bit complacent. So what we need to do is, I think we need to find a mentor who can guide us, who can show us the rope, who can actually lead us to greater experiences, so that a mentor will usually be someone who you think may help in your career progression. So this will inform your employers that you are serious about the job, and then you are always looking for positive development for your personal career. So I think these are the important things that workers should actually look into. Okay, I was a worker once. Currently I'm in the renovation trade. I've quit my job 2 years back. Okay. So during that time, I was earning about 4,000 plus, 4,002 to be exact. But I've invested in a partnership with my friends. Okay, at that time, I consider myself very, very safe and very secure with a high-paying. I would consider that high-paying, okay, 4,200. Maybe some of you all work, earn more salary than me, but 4,200 for me is considered high-paying, and I get to feed all my needs, but I cannot just, I cannot just stay there, because I find that in this globalized nation, we are always finding competition around. So what I did was to invest in a renovation company, and then after that, after some time, I find that it's time for me to quit my job and then go into business. So as we go along, I find that it is important for us to have something to fall back on. Okay, if everything, all else fails, you find a job, you can't, you are being retrenched. So maybe one of the options we can take is to go into business. There are certain industry, there are certain trade that when you set up a business, you don't need much capital. So look into going there. If we can't find any jobs, or we have long been unemployed for years, so why not band in together with some friends, and then we go into business. There's always opportunity there. I think we have, if the opportunity is not coming to us, then we have to go out and seek. And then I hope some of my pointers here will benefit some of us. I know it is not going to be easy. As mentioned, we are competing against cheap labor around the region, where we can't outdo them, we can't outpace them, because because of our certain standard of living in Singapore. So, but what the best that we can do is, at least we try everything that is possible. So, we can reason with ourselves that we have tried our best. So I believe when we try our best, something good will come out of it. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking at part-time electrician and also a driver, okay, to work in my company. I have quota for foreigners. I have quota but I do not want. I want to give this opportunity to Singaporeans first, and then hopefully I can help out my fellow Singaporeans to have a job. It's not a high-paying job, but at least it gets something back. Thank you very much.